Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very different Ninja video for you. So as you can see, now this isn't a mini handheld barbecue. I do put a lot of Ninja wood fire grill videos up which seem to get a lot of likes, and that got me looking at other Ninja products. So I've probably mentioned those in other videos. If you've not had a chance to check those out, then please by all means go and have a look. There's lots of varied content on there. But today we're going to be looking at the Ninja drinks bottle. So that comes with this branded carbonated drink is separate, but the bottle itself and a instruction manual, which is pretty thick given that this is essentially a thermos flask, but it's in many different languages. So essentially, as you'd expect, the usual things are: don't shake it too much, don't put it in the microwave, don't put it in the freezer, and oddly, don't try and use it to transport dry ice, which is a bit of a downer because I wanted to make a dramatic entrance to this video, but it wasn't to be. Anyway, so instruction manual, that comes with. The actual bottle itself didn't come in a branded box, which is unusual for Ninja, but it is the same sort of constructional quality that you'd expect from the Ninja Shark products. So why is this different to any other bottle that you can buy? Well, there's probably many bottles that are similar. I have bought bottles that kind of promote me to drink more water. So they have attachments that make the water taste different flavours. So this one particularly is more about the fizzy drinks. So as with anything, too much of a good thing is not good for you, but everything in moderation. So I already have a flask for my coffee that I like to have while I'm working. I already have the water bottle that I mentioned, so this will be used for fizzy drinks, which is where our carbonated drink, you might just be able to guess what the brand is from that. I should just say at this point, actually, in all seriousness, this is not product placement. So yes, my channel has predominantly Ninja wood fire grill videos, but I'm not paid to create this content. Hence the sometimes questionable editing of the videos afterwards. But let's get back to this. So it's just my first impressions. I've not yet put anything in there. I was going to put some ice cubes in there and some carbonated drink to give it its first real test, because it makes quite a bold claim that actually your fizzy drinks will stay fizzy up to 2 days. And if you put any ice in there, it will still be ice when you're checking it a couple of days later. So I will upload that in a different video, because when I went to the freezer, lo and behold, there was no ice cubes in there. So I've got to wait for, I was going to say nature to make them, but nature makes the water, I make the ice cubes. Once that's done, I'll give it a test, but I just wanted to give you my first impressions. So this was bought for me, so I'm not sure what the colour options are, but I quite like this. It's quite a manly blue there. And we've got a what looks like silicone carry handle. We've got some on-point branding from our good friends at Ninja with the same no-nonsense instructions. So just in case you weren't sure how to twist something, then you've got 3 different language options there to help you out. And then it's got this wraparound that talks about some of the main features, again in multiple languages. So let's just go around this. So a 5-year guarantee. It is dishwasher safe and BPA free. Its capacity 700 millilitres. So in carbonated drinks terms, most of them come in at the 330. So you're going to get roughly 2 cans of drinks in there, and it can be used for different things. So it doesn't have to just be sparkly. You can have still water. That's a bit blurry. Still water, sparkling, hot or cold. What I tend to find with different drinks bottles and flasks, regardless of whether they are plastic or thermos, is once you've filled them with one type of drink, the flavour's pretty much there forever. So this, I haven't bought this with the intention of multi-purpose use. As I mentioned, I will keep my coffee in my thermos. I will keep my water in the water bottle. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out. So as you can see there, it says it's perfect for any drink. So let's just have a look at what's inside. So do this. Open it up, that twists to open up a cap. Just tilt the camera a little bit so you can see that a bit better. There we are. And in there is the usual drinking hole. I'm not sure that's a very technical description of what it is, but that is what it is. There's no straw in there, which actually I'm not really that fussed about. I think the straws can be a bit of a pain to clean, and sometimes they can go a bit mouldy no matter how much you try and clean them. So I'm fine with that. And it does, so I did have a browse of the instructions just to see if there's anything on there. I couldn't honestly see that. I would need to read a booklet to know how to use a water bottle, but just in case there was any pointers. So it does actually say that you should fill this as much to capacity as is possible, because that reduces the amount of room for those bubbles to rise to the surface and essentially pop, so that it doesn't stay fizzy as long, which is the main claim and use of the bottle itself. And it does mention, although it's highly unlikely that excessive pressure, it's worth just unscrewing the top from time to time just to let a little bit of air into there. So what are my first impressions? Well, as always, I think Ninja, we know that the build quality that they offer is always top notch. So it's got a good feel to it. I think it's probably a ceramic coating. Should have probably researched this before I did this, but it is first impressions. So ceramic coating, it said something inside. I did read a bit of the booklet about the inside being super polished, so those pesky bubbles can't stick to the side of it and pop. And then we've got these this kind of metal top, which is actually quite in keeping with a lot of the Ninja branded stuff. So they seem to be branching out into quite a number of areas. I've seen ice cream makers, I think they teased a coffee machine, and a couple of other things. So they are more on the pricier side, so you can get products cheaper. I think my partner who bought this for me mentioned that they might have been upwards of £20, which is, with everything said and done, that's quite pricey for any drinks bottle at the end of the day. But there are other similar ones out there that are probably around about the same price bracket. But we like the Ninja products, and it was just a kind of little bit of a gift. So yeah, hope that's helpful if you're thinking about buying one of these. It's pretty sturdy, depending on what you're going to use it for. So I would guess that if you are using it to go to the gym, you're probably not then, if you're going to be working out and healthy, going to be filling it full of carbonated drinks, but you could get your smoothies and things in there. So I suppose the main element is, as it says on there, cold for 24 hours, ice for 2 days, hot for 12 hours. So multi-use, engineered not to leak, drip or spill, even with the fizzy drinks in there. And there's what I was mentioning earlier, a polished ultra smooth interior ensures fizzier drinks for longer. So I am going to fill this up with said carbonated drink and drink it, oddly. And then what I'll do is, once I've got some ice cubes, I'll capture that quickly in the video and we'll just do a time check just to check those ice cubes and see how long they really last for. As always, thank you very much for watching the videos. As you can see in the background, the Ninja wood fire is waiting to get back out to its home so that I can do some more cooking and upload some more content for you guys. So we've had a bit of nice weather, we've been blessed with that, so That would be the plan, is at some point I will upload another cooking video. I've also a bit of a change from the normal channel content. I've been lucky enough to go on a couple of short breaks where I've uploaded just brief guides to those. I am based in the UK, and I know a lot of the audience for the Ninja videos are US based, so they might not mean very much, but just check out the content. It's going to be a bit more varied, and I'm going to need something to replace the wood fire smoke videos, so I'm going to expand on that. And as I mentioned in one of those videos, I think the most practical way to do that is to get the unit home in our garage and concentrate on the barbecue function and not the smoker, so we can carry on creating that content and eating delicious food. Right, this brief first views video is rolled over to 10.5 minutes because, as always, I seem to have the gift of the gab, as they say, so hopefully there's some useful stuff in amongst that. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. So just a brief extra in that I did add some of said carbonated drink in, not sure whether that will pick up on the video very well. So what I found is that as you're filling it up, you obviously want it to stay fizzy, but if you pour it in too quickly, just like pouring a pint, it will fizz up terribly. So I managed to nearly brim it, a 700 millilitre capacity container with 330 millilitres of carbonated drinks. So I suppose the aim is not to kind of get it in there as quickly as possible and trap it all. It's just that it keeps it fizzier for longer. The other thing that I would say is, for me personally, I like to drink fizzy drinks out of cans. I think they taste better. That might not be the case for everybody, but with this being in a flask type container, it does still keep that same taste. So yeah, I find that if I put it in a glass, or worse still a plastic one, it tastes just completely different, completely alters the taste. So that's another kind of observation that I've made. So as I mentioned, there are some ice cubes in the offing in our freezer at the moment. I will then, once they're done, we'll do another test where we put a can of fizzy drinks into the container with some ice cubes, and then we'll check if the claim is true that we have cold drinks for 24 hours and ice for 2 days. That's really it this time. Thank you for watching.